Hello everyone, welcome back to another kill count of Scream 3. I did say that I think this movie is good, but I did rewatch it, and my thoughts have completely changed. For this movie, I think this movie is just okay. I mean, I wish it could have been good, but I will say it's just okay or a meh. Anyway, Scream 3 was released in the year 2000 as the final chapter of the Scream trilogy, until the fourth one came out 11 years later. Just like the first two films, Scream 3 is self aware and metatextual, uh, comment, uh, commenting on tropes and traditions in horror movies, this time focusing on what happens when a trilogy ends, unlike the first two. Though the movie is just fine, but there is also just a bunch of bad decisions all over the place. For instance, Jay and Silent Bob show up for a quick cameo, and the killer's new plot device is just painfully lazy. Ghostface now has a tool that lets him mimic absolutely everyone's voice, meaning you can never trust that person on the phone as who they say they are. This technology doesn't even exist uh, today, yet alone 21 years. Oh well, at least there aren't like ghosts or of Sydney's dead mum running around, right? No, seriously, did did that? Anyway, okay, let's just get to the killings. We all know, uh, by now, I can't even say, all know by now that Scream movies that have intro scenes that kill off a couple of characters, so it's a little sad when the first person we see is Cotton Weary. He's finally got the fame he's always wanted with a TV show and a home in Los Angeles. But he also has a problem in the form of a phone call from our favourite sexy voiced killer, Ghostface. Tells him that his girlfriend Christine is in danger, so Cotton rushes home, driving recklessly down Hollywood Boulevard. Back at home, Christine is the one tricked by that stupid voice changer thing when Ghostface pretends to be Cotton in her apartment. He chases her down, then pretends to be Cotton from the other side of the door since Christine is locked in the room. What the hell? This thing is supposed to sound perfectly like another human. Being even human, being even a person, I can't with this, for real. Cotton finally gets home because Christian got fooled by that crap. She takes a golf club and whacks him in the head with Ghostface, and when Ghostface comes behind and stabs her in the back, giving us our first kill of the movie. Yay, we got our first kill with Scream 3. Yay. Anyway, Christian Hamilton, the first kill, 8 minutes and stabbed in the back. Yeah. Anyway, where am I? I'm already so mad about this voice changing thing. Again, Caution tries to escape and knocks a bookcase down onto Ghostface, but then gets thrown across the room with a ridiculous sound effect. Yeah, I'm sure he's 6'3". Liv Schreiber would fly through the air from a hit like that. Anyway, with Cotton down, Ghostface plunges his knife into his chest and reveals his little voice box thing, then gets to stab him in the head to end off the intro sequence. I know it's sad to see him go, but at least he's exited the Scream series with some dignity intact by not being in this movie. So yeah, that's his second kill. Cotton Weary, 9 minutes in, stabbed in the head. It's time to check on Sydney Prescott, who's living her best life in California mountains with a bunch of security measures and a cute little puppy named Cherokee. She's taken up a job as a crisis counselor, which probably not. I would probably avoid phones after having been the target of multiple phone-based murder sprees. But I guess I'm not Sydney Prescott strong. Meanwhile, Gail was giving lectures to college journalism classes, and she's contacted by Detective Mark Kincaid about Cotton Weary's death. Apparently, the murders left a picture of Maureen Prescott on Cotton's body. Our first hint that the movie is going to steep itself a bunch of recoining. I don't know what that word was again. A backstory of a Hollywood lot, where they're producing Stab 3. Director Roman Bridger and producer John Milton argue with a bunch of studio execs about whether or not to move forward with the production after the murders. Next, we meet the cast of Stab 3. You got Tyson playing a Randy Meeks-like character. I have to say Tyson's probably one of my favourite characters in this movie. Angela replacing Tori Spelling, Sydney, Tom Prince playing Deputy Dewey, and Sarah Darling playing as a character named Candy. When Gail comes to set, she runs into Jennifer Jolie, the actress playing her, or Gail Weathers. In Stab 3, anyway, Dewey is a technical advisor on the film because screw it, we need some reason to have all these people together again. Sydney's dad comes over for a little grocery party and they talk about Sid's mum. So when Sydney goes to sleep later that night, she has a dream where her mother comes and visits her, and it's pretty stupid but also kind of creepy. Sydney's dream ends with Ghostface attacking her through the window, but she wakes up and everything is okay. For now, Sarah heads to the lot in order to work on her lines and test herself for breast cancer. Don't know why. Roman calls her and she complains to him about her character in the movie and the filming process. Has there been another goddamn rewrite? How the fuck are we supposed to learn our lines when there's a new script every 15 minutes? That's what she said. I'm not like that way, but like that's what Candy said, the character of what's her dumb name? Sarah, that's right. That's actually also another super meta line because in that happened to real cast during Scream 2 and 3. Eventually he's starting getting creepy with her and becomes Ghostface. And it's called Sarah's Getting Screwed by like a fucking pig. Well, that's what Ghostface said. When she goes to hide in the prop closet among a bunch of other empty Ghostface costumes, the real Ghostface pops out and attacks her, and we get a gimmicky fight where Sarah keeps grabbing props weapons like a wobbly sword, to protect herself with Ghostface, ends the fierce by punching her through a glass window and stabbing her in the back, giving us our third kill of the movie, Sarah Darling, 28 minutes in, thrown through glass and stabbed in the back. Yeah. That night, the cast assembles at Jennifer's house in the hills. At Jennifer's house in the hills to rip up their scripts because the movie's finally getting shut down. Do you know? What the hell was it? Jennifer shows Dewey a headshot of her and Gail of hers. I think that was because they were looking at because there was one photo of Gail, like not the actual Courtney Cox Gail, the actor who played Gail in Stab 3, and then a photo of Maureen Prescott, and they were in the same shot. And Gail oversees the little bedroom interaction by spying through the window. She discovers by Jennifer's bodyguard, Stephen Stone, played by Patrick Warburton. After he brings Gail inside, she tells Dewey that another picture of Maureen Prescott was left at the scene of Sarah Darling's murder. Dewey notices that that one of Maureen's pictures was taken in the exact spot that Jennifer's headshot was, revealing that Maureen has been in Los Angeles, where she was a 19-year-old, unbeknownst to her family or the audience, or the writer back when he wrote the original. Stone has a perimeter check and gets a call from Dewey right as he's going inside Dewey's trailer to snoop around. As you certainly guessed by now, the call isn't really Dewey, but rather Ghostface, who pops out and stabs him in the back. Stone fights because he's Patrick fucking Warburton, but Ghostface grabs a frying pan and drives a knife deeper in. Still, Stone manages to stumble on the front door before finally falling down and dying, giving us our fourth kill of the movie. So Stephen Stone, 43 minutes in, stabbed in the back and bit with a fry pan. And with Patrick Warburton dead, my interest as the movie dropped. Yeah, I enjoyed Patrick Warburton's character. Now everyone's freaking out and the lights go out, and they get a fax from the killer detailing what's happening in the screenplay form. It's a super unlikely sequence with all of them going back and forth, outside and inside, and for some reason just having to read the next page of Ghostface shitty first draft screenplay. Tom goes inside by himself to read the final page, and although he's able to read part of the script, I guess it's too dark in there to read more than 8 words. He strikes his Zippo for a light and blows the fuck up because the house was filled with gas. That's like a fifth kill of the movie. Tom Prince, 45 minutes in, blowing the hell up. Yeah, it was something. On the road down the hill, Ghostface attacks Gale, but Dewey shoots him, causing Ghostface to scramble underneath the car. On the ground by the car, they discover another headshot of Maureen Prescott's. This time, it's actually a little note saying, "I killed her." What? Come on, Scream 3. Billy Loomis and Stu Matcher killed Maureen Prescott, remember? For flashing her shit around like she was Sharon Stone. Even Gale and Dewey know that shit's whack, and they tell Kincaid as much, but he's too busy being borderline obsessed with Sidney Prescott, asking Dewey where she is in a very creepy way. Lucky for him, earlier Sidney got a call from Ghostface on her, scaring her out of her safe haven and causing her to come to the police station where she has reunions and hugs plenty and had a plenty. She doesn't have any info about her mum though, so she's not too much help to Kincaid. The next stop, the gang is in the backlot where some chick shows up. I guess it's Martha Meeks, Randy's never before mentioned sister. She's a tape of them, and it ends up being Randy, who apparently filmed himself before his death in Scream 2, so he could inform them about the rules of the trilogy, and also Jamie Kennedy could make rent for that month. Okay. I'm sorry, that was mean. Randy makes an excuse for this movie's reconning, because true trilogies are always about going back to the beginning and discovering something that wasn't true from the get-go. So that's what Randy said. And then he signs off, never get meta again. Gale and Jennifer team up and go to the studios, achieves where Carrie Fisher cameos as a character who looks like Carrie Fisher and has some sharp words about Carrie Fisher. She gives them Maureen's file, which reveals that she worked on a couple of John Milton movies back in the day, making him a suspect. Meanwhile, Sid runs into Angelina in the bathroom, who has a Ghostface mask on, her making her a suspect. You know what Randy will say. Everybody's a suspect, but he's dead, so he's not really saying anything more, is he? Sid wanders onto Stab 3 for no frickin' reason. Has all the locations from the original Scream, which would have been covered in Stab 1. So, what is even Stab 2? What the hell are all these Stab movies? Ghostface pops up and grabs Sidney, setting off a classic chase between them, including the running up the stairs and throwing stuff at Ghostface thing, where Sidney gets away from Ghostface. She discovers a bloody room and then gets attacked by a super creepy ghost bod, who's actually trying to be Sidney's mum, causing her to tumble out of the second-story window. The cops show up and save her, finding no trace of Ghostface upstairs. Dewey and the gals burst in John Milton's office to question him where Roman has been bitching about his movie being shut down. Also, it's his birthday, and he's having a party that night. Milton confirms that Maureen did in fact work for him, but he never mentioned it because she has gotten caught in some rapey-sounding Hollywood sex parties. Dewey gets a call afterwards from Sydney, who says she's going to Roman's party at Milton's house, so he and the ladies head over there to find out. Oh, God, Sydney was never invited to the party in the first place. Wow, it's almost like the killer's having everybody's voice creates cheap and easy ways to get characters to the place. The Stabcast and crew started wandering around to explore Milton's old Hollywood home, even though Tyson makes a pretty good point, which was, in Tyson's words, you want to go trapseeing around the gigantic mansion. Have you ever seen the Stab movies? Every time the dude, have you seen any of the Stab movies? I can't even read Stab movies. Every time the dude enters the room, he ends up in a shish kebab. While they're gone, Dewey and Gale discover that the phone they called Dewey is in the hall closet along with their awful plot device. Dewey and Gale split up because nobody has a goddamn sense anymore. And in the basement, Gale discovers Roman's body is in a coffin. She checks his pulse. Oh wait, hold on. She checks his pulse. I'm going ahead and I'm sorry I'm going to spoil this, but he's not actually dead here because it doesn't make any freaking sense because she checks his pulse. God damn, this movie is dumb. The ladies all wind up together and Angelina gets scared and runs off. She doesn't make it as far, getting cut off by Ghostface, who stabs her in the chest, killing her as she screams, giving us our sixth kill of the movie. It's Angelina Tyler, 1 hour and 22 minutes and stabbed in the chest. Yay? Oh, I don't know. After a Disney Channel like Scream from the Gales, where they see her dead body, everyone gets attacked by Ghostface again, and when Tyson tries to fight back, he gets stabbed in the gut. He runs away, veiling about calling the police and getting in a funny line during his pursuit, but Ghostface catches up and pulls the rug from underneath him, causing this wicked backflip onto his neck. Ouch. Just to make sure he's dead, Ghostface throws him off the balcony where his body will lie for the rest of the movie, and giving us our seventh kill of the movie. So Tyson Fox, 1 hour and 23 minutes, and stabbed, neck broken, and thrown 3 stories down. I love that character. I'm sad that that character just died. Of the movie, seriously, it's just lying there in so many shots. I hope Dion Richmond, who played Tyson, had a solid day rate for all the extra times he had to come on to set to lie there dead. Ghostface then corners Jennifer behind these pervy two-way mirrors overlooking a bedroom. Dewey tries to free her with his gun, but she gets stabbed in the gut, her body ultimately falling through the final mirror pane onto the floor, giving us our 8th kill of the movie. So Jennifer Jolie, 8th kill of the movie, 1 hour and 24 minutes, and stabbed in the stomach. Movie of the movie. Eventually, Ghostface is able to snatch up Gale and tumble her down the stairs into the basement, and knocks him out for, because Dewey was trying to run and trying to get him, but no, oh wait no, him out for a little bit, but he comes to just in time to subdue Dewey by hitting him in the head of the handle of the knife, knocking him out cold. Gale chooses to cuddle up to Dewey instead of being strong like she was in the first 2 movies, so now Ghostface hits both of them. Sydney gets bored at the police station and finds Kincaid's serial killer, like scrapbook about her, looking pretty suspicious there, Kincaid. She ends up getting a call from Ghostface. He tells her to come to Milton's house by herself if she wants to save Gale and Dewey, so she reluctantly uh, but not before spying with her little eyes some body armor hanging up in the office. She overtakes another detective's gun, which got to be a felony or something. Ghostface ain't no dummy though, so when Sydney arrives, he makes her use a metal detector on herself and throws her gun into the pool. Before coming inside, once inside, he attacks her, but she pulls a second gun out and shoots him several times. Movie's over, right? No. We're lucky because after Sydney unties Dewey and Gale, Ghostface disappears like he always does. Kincaid shows up with that suspicious timing. That's always happening in these movies, but he pushes Sid to safety when Ghostface returns and attacks Ghostface, knocks out Kincaid with a kick and the fire mantle. Then from the umpteenth time, chases Sydney around the house. Starting to get pretty old. Sydney goes behind a secret bookcase and finds a projector showing old footage of her mom. Ghostface reveals himself to be Roman, who's also Sydney's half brother. C. Maureen had another kid when she was in Hollywood. Uh, Hollywood Roman. But when he tracked her down years later, she turned him away, so he started filming her dalliances around town with Cotton Weary and Billy's werewolf-looking father, which he ended up showing Billy to convince him and Stu Matcher to murder Maureen. You know, like a director, Roman plans to frame Sydney for everything, making it look like she killed everyone else leading up to John Milton, the man who Roman blames for Maureen's loss of innocence. He slits Milton's neck and throws him on the ground, giving us our 9th kill of the movie. John Milton, an hour and 40 minutes in, throat slit. Sydney and Roman had a little scruffle during which a lot of things are broken against Roman's head, and he just punches and kicks the crap out of her. Kincaid tries to come to the rescue, but he gets knocked out by Roman, causing him to drop his gun on the ground. Roman takes it and shoots Sydney in the gun. Damn! And he ain't done yet. He also shoots her in the chest. Double damn! But then he looks away and she pulls her Ghostface disappearance from sight, only to pop out and stab Roman in the back a couple of times with an ice pick. She shows off her bulletproof vest and delivers one of the final plunging stab to the chest. Dewey and Gale show up just in the nick of time, too late. Dewey cautions Sydney. Randy, this is what Dewey said. Randy said the killer always superhuman, and turns out he's right, because Roman pops up and charges at them, and then Dewey shoots a ton of times in the chest before he finally lands a headshot, putting Roman down for our good, giving us our 10th kill of the movie. So Roman Bridger, 10th kill of the movie, an hour and 46 minutes in, stabbed a few times and shot in the head. And ending Roman's whiny little massacre. The film ends at Sydney's idyllic home, with Dewey proposing to Gale. She says yes, giving us one little meta moment since Cox and Arquette had already married in real life by this point. The two of them, Kincaid and Sydney, all have a movie night, and when Sydney's door blows open, she leaves it open because symbolism, and that was it for Scream 3. Let's get to the scaling. Just like Scream 2, we got 4 women and 6 men. But all the kills seemed way less graphic than the original 2. And with a runtime of 116 minutes, that leaves a kill on average every 11.6 minutes, the most frequent in the series so far. So we've got the 6 men, and the 4 women. So, yeah, just like Scream 2. So, for me, the coolest kill would have to go to Tyson Fox. I think his kill was the best in the movie, and we did have some bad kills in this movie, but his kill was so cool when he got his neck snapped, thrown 3 stories down, like, lifted the mat, and Tyson did a backflip and broke his neck and fell stories down. That's just so cool. That kill, so cool. That kill is one of my favourites. Well, not of the franchise, but of this movie. Well, it is my favourite kill of this movie. And then the dumbest kill, without a doubt, will go to... I would have to go to Christine Hamilton. Christine Hamilton, because I just thought the kill was just dumb, and just stabbed in the back. Could have been better, but most of the kills deserve the dumbest kill. But I will have to go with Christine Hamilton. And that's it. Scream 3. I would consider this movie as the most unwatchable in the franchise. Next up, I'll be looking at Scream 4, a step up from this mediocre film. And there you go. Before I finish off this video, I'm nearly finished my kill counts for Scream. So, next franchise I'm going to be moving on to is Halloween. I don't know why, I just had this weird feeling the other day. I'm going to watch Halloweens and do kill counts for them. So, yeah, kill counts are going to be more frequent for this channel, because I love doing them. And yeah. So, thank you for watching my Scream 3 kill count. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, it'll be a big help. Thank you for watching. Take care. Peace.